Well, all right. It is Tuesday, April 2nd, 9:45 a.m. This should be a pretty quick review because I've got no trades today. Zero trades. And part of me wants to feel a little bit down about that. Like, why didn't I have any trades? There were definitely some trades, some opportunities. There's even one section on this chart, kind of from around this time here, which was around 7:20ish through here. So kind of in the neighborhood of this 40 minutes or so, where there was actually four or five setups I could have taken that all would have worked. And I didn't take any of them. And the reason why is, well, first of all, look, I'm so close to passing this 50K eval right here, this number 27. I'm one trade away. Okay. So I'm one trade away from passing that one, as well as PA number 2 that I've been talking about for some time now. I'm so close to getting my first ever payout with Apex on that account. And I'm probably 2 trades away, depending on whether I get a little bit more than my typical scalp or whether I'm just getting my regular scalp. 2, maybe 3 trades away from locking that in. So I'm so close. But today I couldn't take any trades. I had to trust my instincts today. And I'm glad I did, because honestly, I avoided some losses. I easily today could have had 4 or so losses. And so coupled with this area of this chart, I could have had 4 or 5 wins. So not knowing exactly how it would have broke down the order of what the trades would have been in terms of wins and losses, I easily could have been a 50% day. Easily could have been 4 and 4. Could have been 3 and 5. Maybe I could have been 5 and 3. It would have been something like that. And so honestly, I feel better about having this 0-0 day today than I would have if I had a 5 and 3 day, or a 4 and 4 day, or a 4 and or a 3 and 5 day even, obviously. So I trusted my instincts. The reason was, if you go back, I do live stream every day. I start at approximately 10 a.m. East Coast, which is 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for me. And if you go back and watch my live stream, if you didn't check it out already, you'll see that we had this really strong push down in the overnight, right? And the market opened, went flat for a while, and I started my day down here right at about 6:55 in the morning. So it was kind of in this area, and just sideways, nothing really to do. I didn't even realize that there was 7 o'clock news, which is 10 Eastern news. This happened. It really wasn't even registering for me. I think the reason why I didn't even register it is because of what happened right when I started my charts. So as you know, anyone that's following my journey, I look the beginning of my day for 4 charts. I look for 4 charts that all have winning second entries that work for my profit target. And when I find a chart that has every winning second entry for my profit target, that's a chart that I want to trade off of. I find 4 of those, and then I start my day trading. Well, I started my day as a little bit before 7, and I had found 4 charts, and I was already a little bit kind of wary, because I've noticed on days where there's a big push into overnight, those are days where my strategy tends to have a little bit more of a problem sometimes, where I have to be a little bit more careful. So I already had that in mind. And then right away, probably because of the news, or inside of the news, on the original 4 charts that I was looking at, each one of my charts, all 4 of the charts, took a loss on an entry at the same exact time. So it was before I was even ready to trade. So it must have been right in here, either right before the news or right in the news. I don't remember exactly. I don't even remember what charts I was looking at. Instantly a loss. And it was a trade that I think I could have easily taken. So right away, I start my day usually with PA2. And so right away, I could have easily had a loss on that account. And because I'm trading 3 contracts with it right now, that could have easily been $1,000 or more or more loss right there. So right away I had to look for more charts. Had to throw all 4 charts out, look for more. I was able to find 4 more. And, you could go back to the live stream and see the details of exactly what was happening. But the first trade that set up, I don't even remember what it was now at this point, what chart it was on. But one of the charts set up and gave an entry, and I didn't like it. I didn't trust it. And that would have been a loss as well. So the first 2 possible trades of the day, probably both would have been losses, the way I remember it. And I think even possibly the third trade of the day might have been a loss if I had taken that. So just the way things were setting up and looking, I just wasn't feeling good about it. And, I think the fact that the first setup of the day on all 4 of my charts took a hit and ruined those charts for me, just immediately made me skeptical for the day. So I had kind of 2 reasons: the big push down and the sideways action here, just made me feel uneasy. Just made me feel like this is the kind of day where I've noticed, I've only been trading NQ with this strategy for 3 months now, and a couple of the troubling days were days that kind of had some things like this: a big push in a direction, and then losing charts right away, right after starting. Just kind of looking at it and taking it as a sign of like, hey, be careful here. Just be careful. Don't need to jump into anything. And it's not the kind of day where I just want to trust the charts and just go with it, no matter what the entries look like, because it just had the feel of one of those days where I could run into trouble. And I remember there was a day where I went 3 and 4. I'll have to go back and look at the YouTube for that day and see if there were any similarities to this day, because today easily, like I said, could have been a 3 and 4 day or kind of day. And so it'd be really interesting to go back and look and for me to see if there were any similarities, anything I can kind of keep my mind on in terms of the macro, to think about like, okay, in these kinds of days, just be a little bit more careful. But I feel very, very fortunate that I did trust my instincts today, and I avoided some losses, and I'm going to take that as a win. Honestly, I know for a fact if I took any trade today, my first trade would have been a loss. It's just for sure because of the way I trade, my style of trading, and the fact that my strategy calls for me to take every second entry as they come, and I'm not supposed to analyze the individual entry. I'm only supposed to just take it based on if it's a winning chart or not. I had every reason in the book to take trades, and my first trade of the day, no matter which one I would have taken, the first one that happened right away, if I was ready for it, the second one, or even I'm pretty sure the third one, they were all losses, and it would have been on PA2 because I was going to be the first account that I traded. So instead of getting 1,000 or more loss, I'm break even. And to me, that's like winning $1,000, because that was like a sure thing that this account would have taken the loss. So having said that, this is the chart that was good for me the longest. I think after my first 4 charts failed, I found this chart pretty quickly, and I was watching this chart the most for the whole day. And this is the area, like I said, where there was the opportunity for 4 or 5 second entries in this little 40-minute section. They all would have worked. I was already sketched out by that time, and just didn't trust any of them. Any one of those could have given me a win. So unfortunate that I wasn't able to pull the trigger there. But it's just, just one of those days where I just wasn't able to make it happen. So, the other thing I wanted to mention is, let me take this stuff off the screen here and show this other chart. So the other thing I wanted to mention is I had this other chart, and I just noticed something, late in the day, which was that if you look at this chart, it's more obvious than the first chart I was looking at. See, this chart's a little bit different. Just because I'm looking at different tick sizes, right? So this is a little bit bigger tick size. And I just noticed, like, look at all the price action that's happening in this area when I started my day, right? and then it's got a little bit in here, and then look at this area here, a little bit in here, and then look at this area here. I calculated how much time of my day happened inside this little range that I've marked, which is approximately like 18 points in width. And I calculated about an hour and 12 minutes spent inside this area during this day. An hour and 12 minutes. And my stream was 2.5 hours. So roughly half of my time on the chart today was spent in this small range area in these sections. It was just like really interesting to see that, because it made me realize, you know what? Don't feel bad about not getting trades today. Half of the time was inside an 18-point range today. It didn't look like it when I was watching this chart. I mean, if I try to draw that the same way here, it's just not, for whatever reason, kind of as obvious. Maybe you draw something like that, but I think the more obvious one on this is just like the bigger overall range, right? And that's the reality too. I mean, we're looking at like a 70 to 80 point range, but really most of it was tighter for most of the day. But looking at this chart just made me realize, wow, half my trading day was spent inside of approximately 18 or so points, And so I think, considering all of the things I've talked about at this point, I got to be happy with a no trade day. And I looked, and it's been 3 weeks since the last time I didn't have a trade on any given day. 3 weeks ago today, actually, on a Tuesday. And then last week on a Tuesday, I was 0-2. So something about Tuesdays, maybe, I'm not sure. But I just found that kind of interesting, that kind of some of the worst days were on recent Tuesdays. But also the fact that I had a day where I didn't take a trade, not so bad, considering that I've had 3 weeks where every single day I've gotten trades. And, going back to my old strategy when I was trading Pat's price action trading system, I literally, there would be multiple days where I would get no trades in a row. I mean, sometimes there'd be a whole week or more where I would get no trades on any single day for a week. So the fact that I have over 200 trades in 3 months, right at 201, 80%, I'm 2-0 for the week. I don't have to feel bad about a day like today. It sucks streaming and there not being any action. It does make you feel some sort of way when you're streaming, and you feel kind of like, what am I even doing here if I'm not taking trades? But given everything I've said, I got to feel good about it, right? And overall, my strategy is working. I'm 80%, and I'm really close to getting my first payout. I'm really close to adding a new PA. I do have a couple PAs that are not in great shape. And so I won't be taking advantage of the 80% discount today myself. Today is the last day for the discount, the promo. You could use this code or any other if you'd like to lock in the 80% discount for yourself on any evaluations, whether you're getting new evaluations or starting on Apex for the first time. There is a link below in the description that will take you to Apex's website if you want to find more information. But the 80% discount does work on any size evaluation. And it's pretty much their best discount that they offer throughout the year. I'd say the majority of time when they're running a discount, it's going to be this 80%. And very rarely they will run that 90%. And we may not see it till, I'm guessing, either Memorial Day, July 4th, or Labor Day. Last year, they didn't do anything for July 4th. So maybe they're not into celebrating the USA with a discount. So maybe Memorial Day, maybe Labor Day. That's my guess. The earliest times I had imagined there'd be a 90%. And so I'm guessing tomorrow we'll be back to 71% discount. So take advantage of this while you can if you need accounts. I'm not going to do that. If I blow up one of these PA accounts that are not in good shape, they will give me an 80% discount for the first month. So I would take advantage of that when the time comes, as well as I do have a free discount code that I won from another YouTube channel. And so that gives me 1 free month. So between those two things, I figure I'm covered if I need to add 1 or 2 more accounts in the near future. So that's my game plan. And the 1 day pass as well ends today at market close. And I'm not sure if the 80% discount is at market close or at the end of the day at midnight East Coast time. So go ahead and check the website if you're looking to get the 80% discount. And just be careful, because this code, when the discount expires, this code is for the best discount being offered at the time. So if if you're not careful and you put in this code and the 80% is already expired, then you're just going to get the 71%. So make sure you know what discount you're getting when you enter in the code, whether it's this code or any other. Just make sure you're understanding which discount you're qualifying for, since this is kind of right on the edge of the qualifying period for that promo. All right, so probably 71% discount tomorrow. What they're going to do with how many days to pass the evaluation, it's a 1 day pass now. I wouldn't be surprised if they go to a 3 day pass. I feel like it's been quite a while since they've done the 7 day pass, which was the standard. And so I have a feeling if they do 71% and 3 day pass, maybe 3 day pass is the new standard for how many days you need to trade to qualify for a payout or qualify for a PA to pass. So I think I've said it all here. Video is a little bit longer than I was intending. Let me see here. Let's put this back up. So I think I've said it all. 0 day, flat day. And but I'm looking at like a green day. I really am. Today feels like a green day to me, because for sure I was taking a loss on my PA account today if I took a trade. For sure. There's no way I avoided those first couple of losses and then was going to get through that and then trade the PA after that for the win in that section of the chart that was winning. There's just no way. I'm quite positive that my first trade would have been a loss. So because of that, I feel like it's a green day. I'm taking it as a good thing. There have been some recent days last week where I felt hesitant and I wasn't taking trades, and I felt like I wasn't trading my strategy to the best of my ability. Today I felt differently. Maybe it's because I know for a fact I avoided a loss, but today I just felt like I was picking up on cues that I've seen from my experience in the past 3 months trading this way, where I just, the fact that I lost 4 charts instantaneously to starting my day just wasn't a good sign for what was to come for the day for my strategy. So I know I did the right thing for me today. It's okay to not have a trade today. I'm trying to convince myself by saying it over and over and over again, if you can tell in this video. But I'm going to end it there. That's how today went. I'm going to hope that I can pick it up tomorrow, even if it's just a 2-0 day tomorrow and it's not like a huge monster day. I'm still looking for another 8-0 day. I have had one of those in the past 3 months, and I know more of those are going to come. But even if it's just a 2-0 day, guess what? A 2-0 day will get me really close to my first payout. I'll probably be within 1 more trade if I could get a win tomorrow. And as well, if I get a second trade tomorrow, that means I'm passing a 50K eval and adding a 50K PA to my army. So the margins are slim, and it doesn't take much for me to get where I want to be right now this week. And I've got 3 more days this week to make it happen inside the pay window. So it's a very exciting week. Like and subscribe if you're interested in seeing where I end up in this journey. Let's see if I can get to my payouts. Let's see if I can pass some more evals. And let's see if I can become a profitable trader at some point. Right now, I'm just working on getting break even. Just get that first payout and get break even. That's the goal. So I think I've said it all. Appreciate it. Check out my live stream every day, and I'll be back at it tomorrow. Hope you had a good trading day.